Yeah, I mean, so you're not allowed in the city of Wayne to, first of all, you're not allowed to redress your grievances. Apparently, I'm not allowed I'm not allowed to spark a debate or any kind of disagreement whatsoever. You know, I mean, I literally don't have rights in the city of Wayne. Like, we've learned that today, that I am not allowed to engage in political activity. I'm not allowed to run for mayor, clearly. I'm not allowed to campaign. I'm not allowed to redress my grievances. I'm not allowed to petition the government. I'm not allowed to, call non-emergency, fire. I'm not allowed to call non-emergency fire dispatch to discuss my property, a fire pit that the building and engineering office approved. When I moved into the house, it was already there. It had already been there for a year or 2 years. And, giant pile of firewood from the previous owner. It's already been established, right? And so apparently, the fire department and the building and engineering office are in the same building, right? So I don't know. It's like, I guess I'm not allowed to call up there and, inform them that, I'm going to be burning cottonwood trees today. Should be done today. So if you get any calls, so you don't waste, resources, public resources, sending out, police and fire to the house for non-emergency, non-exigent circumstances. Don't waste your time. If you get a call and it's my address, then you know what's going on. And if you need to, call me and I'll, if somebody calls, call me. And if you need to come out, you need me to send you a live video, I'll send it to you, or if you need to come out, knock on the door and I'll answer the door and, we'll go from there. I don't understand how that's unreasonable. And, also to request a FOIA, because I've been getting mixed answers from different sources. The police department clerks told me that I have to go to the fire department to get this information. Dearborn said the same thing. Then City Hall clerk has said the same thing, that I must get my information, the information that I'm requesting, I must get it from the fire department directly. So I'm trying to do a FOIA request with them. Well, I called, to ask questions like, hey, is this the place to do the FOIA request? Because I don't know, it has to be the place. Does the fire, the police department and City Hall, both clerks, the police department and City Hall clerks have both said that, as well as, that other, it's not, I'm asking in good faith, and as I'm trying to ask a question and trying to inform somebody, I get hung up on. I call back because I'm thinking, well, maybe, bad signal. I have kind of shitty signal, whatever. And nope, it definitely was not, unintentional. It definitely was intentional. And then they hung up again. And then this is like within the span of like 30 seconds or a minute, guys. So I get hung up on, I know twice, I believe 3 times. And then I called once or twice more and it just rung and that was it. So I called emergency dispatch, 911, I guess, just to inform them. I said, hey, there is no emergency here. But, I've been having like I'm having this issue with the city of Wayne and they won't apparently let me report, call in, hey, I'm going to be burning. So, just so you know, I don't know. I don't know what the issue is, because there is no permit process in the city of Wayne. There is no permit process. There is not even a formal process. We just spoke. We have the fire chief on video making these statements that there is no formal permit process. There's no permit that one can obtain from the city of Wayne to burn anything. That one thing doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. And there's nothing against burning firewood in a burn pit in the city of Wayne. There's no ordinance against it. And so again, I don't understand. Acting in good faith, contacting them, get hung up on 3 times. I'm a taxpayer. I pay $10,000 a year, okay, plus to live in the city of Wayne. Plus I got to deal with all this other bullshit. And I'm not allowed to call the fire department. If I call the fire department and try to ask a question, try to conduct my business, I get accused of harassment. And then apparently I'm not allowed to engage in politics in the city of Wayne. I'm not allowed to, have a sign in front of my house that says fuck the Wayne Police and Fire Department. I'm not allowed to have that. I'm not allowed to be engaged in politics, apparently. And if I am, I have to be subjected to frivolous charges, and then a frivolous bond. It's a restriction of my freedom, man. My job is I travel, man. I explore places, and I do things, and obviously I'm on a bond. I'm on a bond for a charge that was brought. The discovery for the charge was brought after the arraignment, for crying out loud, man. And I'm like, I tried to utter the words motion for discovery, and I was damn near held in contempt of court by Judge Brito O'Leary. It's in the transcript, people. I'm not even allowed to speak. I'm not even allowed to assert my rights in the city of Wayne. It's absurd. It's insane. And I have no choice. I have to sue the fuck out of these people, man. Because what else do I have? What else do I have at this point, man? You guys have degraded me and my family, my business, my household. Look at what they've done to me. Look at what they've done to my fucking precious family, man. For what? For something that's not even against any ordinance. You can't even point to it. The ordinances are so poorly written. They're so vague. They're so fucking, one cop does this, the other one does this, the other, it's all precocious. And you're like, okay, yeah, it makes sense. No, it doesn't make sense. And the only conclusion that you can make is, yeah, obviously the city of Wayne's fucking me, man. Obviously they're fucking me, and they're trying to fuck with me, and what they're trying to do is kill me, man. This type of stress will kill me eventually. The type of stress that I have to endure on a daily basis just existing. And then I have to deal with, I'm going to probably get locked in a cage for burning firewood so I could have an aquatherapy project for myself. So I could treat my spinal stenosis and my severely deformed flat feet. So I don't have to be on opiates. It's fucking disgusting, man. I'm sorry, but it is. I don't want to be on opiates, all right? I want to naturally treat my service-connected disabilities, man. And I have a property that I can modify and a property that I can develop to do so. It's called aquatherapy. I have a prescription for it. And look what I've had to deal with, man. This shit's cost me the price of my pond, the price of Veterans Pond or Veterans Lake, because it is going to be a lake now. It ain't going to be a pond. It's going to be a lake. The size of the pond got 3 times bigger. Thank you, because of the city of Wayne, because of all this shit they've done, man. But yeah, it's cost me in delays, in lawyer fees, and way more than the cost of this pond, just to construct it. It's sickening, man. This country, after this trial, guys, I'm very, very likely leaving this country. I'm very likely, I'm going to maintain my residence in the United States, but I'm not. I don't recognize this justice system. I grew up, believing in the Constitution, believing in, the rule of law, believing in due process, believing in, all of that, and to have to even go through this is just, it's too much. It's too much. It really is. It's too much. And I know I don't have that many good years left, my health, and, to have to spend it under this type of stress, and really what it's put my wife through, man. All because we don't want our rights stepped on. All because we're not going to allow our rights to be stepped on. And I'm going to say, fuck you. And I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to say, yeah, if you come violate my rights, if you come violate my fucking rights, I'm going to shoot you. Like I'm going to jack off on you, bitch. And what I mean by that is I'm going to sue you in a civil fucking court. And I'm going to sue the fuck out of you for violating my civil and my constitutional rights. And my family's fucking rights. We have a right to peace. We have a right. We pay $10,000 a year. I've given my fucking life to this country. My health. And I got to deal with this. And then I got to worry about being locked in a cage. And my freedom already ripped away from me. Can't even go visit my 93-year-old grandmother in Boston, man. I fucking hate these people, man. What they've done. And what they continue to do. All because what? Because I'm a difficult character and and I have what some would call controversial opinions or views. And apparently you're not allowed to have that anymore. So you know what? Okay. You guys win. After this civil lawsuit, well, during the civil lawsuit, after this criminal bullshit, orchestrated, made up bullshit, which likely is going to go to a jury trial because, oh God, you know, can't let it go, right? Can't let it go. Can't allow me to jack off on your face, shoot you in the face, right? That's what you deserve. You guys are fucking disgusting, vile creatures, man. To try to weaponize local ordinances and just make shit up as you go and weaponize the law against people. I've never been in trouble in my life, besides a disorderly conduct charge in 2020 when I slapped my uncle who used to beat my mother, tried to break my mother's neck on several occasions in front of me over the years. Verbally abused this woman, had her homeless, threw her out of her house for years. I mean, almost stole her house from her. And the state of Michigan and Montcalm County allowed it. And one day, Mr. McFarland, Gary, my uncle, my late uncle, he woke me up out of a sound sleep, screaming at my mom at, midnight, telling her he's going to do this to her, he's going to take this from her, he's going to put her out, he's going to, this is my mother's house. And I had enough. And I told him to stop, and he wouldn't stop, and so he told me to go outside with him, and so I went outside, and then he lunged at me and attacked me, and so I slapped the shit out of him. And I got charged with disorderly conduct. And I didn't fight the charge because, you know what? I did slap him. And it's whatever. And that's the only criminal history I've ever had. The only criminal history, the only charge I've ever been convicted of. And 32 years on earth. Now all of a sudden I got 3 criminal cases. I got 3 separate cases that stem from burning firewood in a fire pit at the city of Wayne. I bought the house, it was there, and it's unfucking believable. It's unfucking fathomable that I have to go through this after all I've given to this country, and I have to go through this. I'm not gonna. So like I said, I'm not allowing these people to deprive my family of happiness and liberty. And me, I mean, we're going to Paraguay. We're out of here. We're fucking out of here. We are done with this. I'm done. I'm not renouncing my citizenship because that wouldn't be advantageous to me. But I'm not. No. I'm not living around people that want me dead and want to inflict harm on me and want to lock me in a cage and want to deprive me of my civil liberties. And it's just too much, man. It's too much for any person to deal with. And I just, all the PTSD that I have, the trauma that I've had to endure in my life, I just don't have the stress tolerance, right, for that level of wickedness and that level of chicanery. I mean, it's too much. It's too much. And it makes me so upset, and it makes my wife just want to cry, because she owns this property. She's an immigrant from a third world country, from Espanola, from the Dominican Republic, and she just can't believe it. She can't believe that, she comes to America, with my son, and she's not allowed to use her property. She's not allowed, her husband's not allowed to run for mayor. He's not allowed to voice his opinion. She's not allowed. right? Like we feel like prisoners in our own house. Like we're just, we're our future and our property and our livelihood and our peace relies upon the whims of whoever happens to show up at my address that day, how they're feeling, right? Because there's clearly no training. There's clearly, it's a Mon-El case is what it is. It's clearly one of those because, it's like every department, every agency, every officer, every clerk, it seems. It's mostly, at least a good percentage have a clear bias. It's clear as day. To label my house the problem house over firewood, it's like these people act like this spot that we're clearing out never ends. It's like, no, we had a little bit more because the city of Wayne continues to just, it's cost me over $5,000 plus countless nights of sleep lost. And it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And I refuse to live like this. And so, yeah, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave the United States because I at this point, my family and I, we don't see any other point. We don't see any other option because we're not going to give up our rights, but we're also not going to allow our civil liberties to be violated, to be threatened with, being locked in a cage, having your due process rights just vanished. I never even got them in the 29th District Court. Fuck due process, fuck motion to discovery, right? Fuck 14th Amendment, fuck the 4th Amendment, fuck the 6th Amendment. Just fuck all the Constitution, right? The First Amendment especially, definitely fuck that. That's the only thing I've learned in the city of Wayne, is that you don't have rights. I don't have a right. I don't have a right to voice my opinion without retaliation and, bullshit charges and, the threat of being thrown in a cage. Literally, I'm probably going to get thrown in a cage over this shit, over a fire pit, over firewood, over trespassing and unlawful search and seizure, and because I didn't suck the dick, I didn't bend over, and I didn't kiss the boot, I didn't lick the boot, right? I asserted my rights, and look what I've had to deal with. Four made up charges, 4 made up charges and a fake bond. I can't live in this country. I don't recognize this country. This isn't what I fought for. This isn't what I fucking fought for, man. If you would have told me that I'm signing up for the military and I'm going to be a disabled veteran and this is what I would have to endure, I'm too connected to God to kill myself, thank God. But if I wasn't religious, I would have killed myself over this. There's no way that I could the average veteran with PTSD, there's no way they could deal with this. And it's like, it's not fair. It's not fair to my family. It's not fair to my business. It's not fair to the people living in my house. It's not fair to anybody. And the city of Wayne clearly is not going to stop. And so what other choice do we have? We're moving to Paraguay. We're getting the fuck out of here, man. And I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. But thanks for watching.